All right, so welcome. My name's Kevin G. I'm the Director of Product Management, specifically over MX Fuel. But in this intro, what we're going to do is kind of introduce you to the GC, or the general contractor, and really our focus on delivering innovation and solutions for that core trade. As you heard in our introduction, we've been focused on our core trades from the beginning: mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And as we've continued to grow over the years, we've continued to expand that focus. And one of our newest focuses is the GC. A lot of opportunity, and there's a ton of issues and frustrations, and that's what we're all about. Identify any of those issues and frustrations that the user is facing on a day-to-day, on and off that job site. The more of those that we can solve, the better that solution is going to be, and ultimately our ability to continue to make them safer and more productive. Now, we have a host of different categories and a host of different business units, from M12 to M18, MX Fuel, layout, accessories, personal protective equipment. Our goal is to drive disruptive innovation in each one of these categories and make sure that it's not a lick and stick approach. It's about identifying those top issues and frustrations and truly going out there to partner and solve all of those problems. That's what it's all about, is driving that safety and productivity. The way that we generally frame that up, though, is our 7 pillars of safety. Now, first off, we got to deal with silica. It's an OSHA standard. We have to make sure that we make it as simple as possible to manage silica on a job site. Whether that's through the use of dedicated dust extractors on our rotary hammers or our switch tank water tank, which wets down the cut when you're making cuts in concrete, managing silica is paramount to make sure that we're staying 100% OSHA compliant. The next piece for us, though, is dealing with vibration. This is where we can deal and really engineer in different solutions. Back in 2020, we released the world's first cordless breaker that had up to 70% less vibration versus the corded competition. What that means for you, though, is ultimately at the end of the day, your fingertips aren't tingling. You're not running the risk of having white finger disease. Same thing with noise. Noise and vibration are those things that aren't going to be a killer that one day, but over time you get tinnitus in the ear. You end up with white finger disease. You end up with tendonitis in your elbows. These are things that are going to plague you at the end of your career. We want to make sure that if we can engineer in the right solutions, you're not going to have to face those problems as you age and as you get older. The next piece is musculoskeletal disorders, things like MSDs. This is a problem when you look at things like a plate compactor or the sewer drum machine pictured on the screen behind me. It has to be a certain size, it has to be a certain weight to get that job done. Now, we can use things like power treads on that sewer drum machine to climb that thing in and out of the back of a service van, up and down a flight of stairs. This is technology we will continue to cascade forward into future solutions to make it safer and more mobile as these pieces of equipment continue to grow in size and in weight. The next piece for us, though, is looking at safety technology overall. And I'm extremely excited to announce that with our new next-gen 14-inch cutoff saw, we're putting in one of the most demanded features we've ever got, which is a rapid stop brake. Braking technology is critical to driving safety and productivity. It means that it's going to bring that wheel to a stop in about 3 seconds, but it also means by the time you go to place it down on the surface that you're working on, you're not going to have to worry about that blade still spinning and damaging the materials around it. Other things like auto stop, we're going to share with our core drills, rotary hammers, but this is about when you're not paying attention, that thing wants to take you for a ride, it's automatically going to shut that tool down. We've actually utilized machine learning in our Gen 4 fuel drills to actually adjust that sensitivity to each one of the users that's pulling the trigger. Next piece for us, though, is slips, trips, and falls, and making sure we drive proper visibility on the job site. As you can see, we have a massive lighting portfolio, everything from task and area lights to headlamps. Our goal is to make sure we're driving proper visibility on the job site. Slips, trips, and falls are one of the top OSHA offenses, and having proper visibility on the site is one of the fastest ways you can help mitigate that overall. The last bucket for us in really engineering in solutions is inhalation and dealing with emissions. So whether it's M12, M18, or MX Fuel, our goal is to really push forward that battery technology and make sure that we're eliminating those harmful emissions. It allows you to work indoors and outdoors, but also allows you to work in places that you commonly can't do. Occupied spaces, places like hospitals, schools, and institutions, where you're already running the risk of not only dealing with the emissions coming from that gas engine, but also the sound and vibration. By going completely cordless, you can really deal with all of those issues right out of the gates. The last piece, though, to really hit on is that first line of defense. We're always going to recommend that our users use the proper PPE when completing any application. And when you're going to see specifically around our hard hats to helmets initiative and that new system of bolt accessories on our climbing helmet, these are going to be the safest helmets in the market. It's going to allow for not only just top impact, but side and back impact, but you're not going to have to sacrifice and make any trade-offs when it comes to what type of protection you want. With that bolt system, you can fit hearing protection, eye protection, sun protection, without having to really jerry-rig and put that together yourself. It's all seamlessly going to clip onto that hard hat or helmet. When we start to go through the systems though, you heard Paul, you heard Andrew talk about it. M12 is just getting started. We are the #1 subcompact system in the market today, and you're going to see a host of new solutions from us. But really the point here is it's not just about drills and impacts. We can do things better. Things like that 3-plane laser, where you are already dealing with the challenges of alkaline batteries. Go to a cordless system, you're going to get more than a day's runtime. It's going to keep it on that same platform to really drive that productivity overall. When we switch over to M18, this is the workhorse. Over 250 solutions, and what you just saw us release with the new Forge batteries, we're going to continue to make sure it's 100% fully compatible while continuing to drive up that power and performance of the system for products like the new M18 Fuel 1.25" D-handle rotary hammer. Here's a hammer that is smaller and lighter than SDS Max, but it's going to drill faster and allow you to walk around on that job site, specifically doing applications like tilt wall, where you want the freedom to move, and because those braces are all over the place, stringing cords out on that job site absolutely sucks. Now looking at MX Fuel, this is one of the ones that's near and dear to my heart. This is the system that my team and I work on. MX Fuel will be the first system to be able to complete the concrete process completely cordless. From consolidation to leveling to float and finish to ultimately cutting relief joints on slab on grade, we will be able to use one battery platform to complete that complete application. And what you'll see pictured behind me is what comes before all that concrete gets poured, which is our brand new MX Fuel 20-inch plate compactor. This is a plate compactor that wasn't about just taking what was commonly a gas-powered product and making it cordless. We're utilizing technology to really have a positive impact on each one of those features. Forward and reverse capability without having to step up to a full reversible plate. Speed control for when you're working around a live edge or you're working around forms that you don't want to worry about blowing out. We thought about everything we possibly could, right down to the folding handlebar, which allows you to throw it in the back of a pickup truck and fold a tonneau cover over it for safe and secure storage when you're out on that job site. Next piece for us though is that PPE piece, and we have to make sure we stay laser focused here. This is the first line of defense, and with our new climbing style helmet, you're going to see the best protection for the user. Like I also mentioned, all those bolt accessories that we're going to continue to grow. Bolt is just like a cordless platform. If it says bolt, it's going to fit, and you're not going to have to make any trade-offs as the user on what type of protection you're looking for. But all of our power tools, all of our accessories wouldn't mean anything without the proper accessories. This is where the rubber meets the road. And so with that new Diamond Ultra blade, just switching the blade on our Gen 1 cutoff saw, you're going to go from 6 feet to 10 feet fully plunged in concrete. So optimizing the diamond, optimizing that design, we're going to give you a faster cut with less vibration while also increasing the runtime. So really thinking about each one of those elements as it goes into that total package and that total solution for the operator that's using the product. And last but not least is Packout, the fastest growing, most durable, and most versatile storage system. Whether you are on a job site and you're rolling around that mobile unit, you're a service contractor and you're going in and out of that site, or you want proper storage inside of a garage or inside of your tool crib, Packout is going to give you that flexibility and the ability to truly organize your setup how you want it and how you like it. Thank you very much.